How's everyone doing? And back here again for a new video, and this is going to be another recent watches video. Just like I did with the last video, I'm just going to go through some movies that I've seen recently. Some of these movies are movies that I've been watching for years, and some of them are movies that I've been meaning to watch for years. And I've also seen a couple of more modern movies. And the first movie I'm going to talk about is the new Jennifer Lawrence movie, No Hard Feelings. I actually saw this movie last night in theaters. And just like I usually do with these videos, I'm not going to talk about the plot of the movie. If you want to know what the plot of the movie is, you can always look that up. I'm just going to give my initial thoughts on the movie. And overall, I thought this movie was pretty fun. I thought it was a pretty fun, pretty raunchy movie. Basically, Jennifer Lawrence, she's kind of wild in this movie. And she's trying to help this young boy come out of his shell before he goes off to college. Like his parents are basically told her that they would give her a car if she helps their young son open up, because he doesn't have any friends. He's really socially awkward, really quiet. He kind of reminded me a little bit of me back when I was in middle school, a little bit, except I had a lot of friends and everything, and I was more social. I mean, I was socially awkward, but I was more open than he is. Like, he's very, very in his shell. He just sits around his room and plays video games. So basically, Jennifer Lawrence is just trying to help him open up and, get him to drink and all that, and, have him have like sexual experiences because he's never had that, and his parents, they just want her to do this because they don't want him to get like really bullied and be really and just go through hell during college, because that's what a lot of people are like in college. If you're really quiet or anything like that, then that's what happens. Same thing with middle school and high school. I never went to college, but I do know that going through middle school and high school, just being closed off and being quiet like that, you get bullied a lot. But yeah, guys, this movie was actually pretty raunchy, and it actually went to places I wasn't expecting. Like, there's one scene where Jennifer Lawrence and the boy, they go skinny. She's like, "Hey, let's go skinny dipping," and she goes out, and while they're out there in the lake or whatever, I think it's a lake, or it might be a beach. I think it's a beach. A couple of teenagers come and steal their clothes, and so Jennifer Lawrence comes out of the water, and you see everything, and she fights these the three teenagers. So I was like, oh, okay, that was pretty bold of her. And she even said in interviews that was not a body double. So yeah, but of course, as the movie goes on, he kind of starts, having feelings for her, and things get a little bit, things kind of take a turn midway through the movie. And I remember reading in a review that somebody posted on IMDb, and they said that they thought that it going from this over-the-top raunchy comedy to where it was kind of serious near the middle of the movie, was kind of jarring. And I do agree. I think it's a little unbalanced near that point of the movie. But overall, I thought No Hard Feelings was actually really funny. It's the first time in a while that I've actually laughed at a good comedy. I thought, and I thought it was really good. And I thought Jennifer Lawrence did great in it. And I think that she should be in more comedies, because I actually haven't seen her in a comedy. I haven't seen her in a lot of stuff. I never really followed her too much, but after watching her in this, I'm definitely going to go back and try to watch some of her older movies, because she was just somebody I never really saw. I mean, I always thought she was beautiful, and I knew that she was a good actor, or anything. I just never really watched a lot of her movies. So after seeing this, I think I'll definitely be checking out more of her movies, because I thought she was great in it, and I thought that the boy who played the awkward, his name is Percy, is the name of the son. I thought he was really good, just being this kind of awkward, quiet kid. Also, his dad is played by Matthew Broderick, which I thought was kind of cool seeing him in something. So that was like I said, that was No Hard Feelings. I saw that last night. Now, the next movie I want to talk about is a movie that's been out for quite a few years, and I've heard a lot of great things about this movie. And I finally got this at FYE, and I showed it off in my last update. But that is Licorice Pizza, and I really, really enjoyed this one. I thought it was a great kind of love story. I know that there was a little bit of there's an age difference between the actress and the actor that people are kind of, iffy about. Stuff like that doesn't necessarily bother me because they don't really do anything in the movie. But I thought this was a pretty fun, really quirky movie. I really like the main girl in it. And just the way that her character is and everything. And the main, the boy in it, he's like a former child star, and he's got to the point where he's getting too old to play a young kid actor, so he's kind of in the middle of trying to be an actor, and then he goes on to these other endeavors. Like there's one scene in the movie where he sees a waterbed for the first time, because this was back, I forget when the movie takes place. It takes place in where is it? 73 is when this is when it takes place. He sees a waterbed for the first time, and so he starts a business selling waterbeds. And that's just kind of something that he wants to do because he's always trying to reinvent himself and trying to jump around and everything like that. And he's also, he's mature for his age, but he's still immature because he's still young. And so main girl, she's kind of turned off a little bit by it when she's immature. I'm actually forgetting the names of the characters, and it's not even Alana. Okay, yeah, so the main girl's name is Alana. I just remember and she's played by Alana Hamm, and the actor who plays the boy is Cooper Hoffman, and it's basically just them just sort of meeting each other and falling in love and everything, and I really enjoyed this. It's a Paul Thomas Anderson movie, and there's a lot of other actors, like Sean Penn has an appearance, Bradley Cooper, his character is pretty crazy in it. But overall, I really, really enjoyed Licorice Pizza. This was probably my favorite movie out of all the ones that my favorite of the newer movies that I haven't seen, that I'm going to talk about in this video. But yeah, I really did enjoy Licorice Pizza. I thought it was really, really good. All right, now the next 3 movies that I saw are 3 classic movies that I've been meaning to see for years, and that is the 3 Smoky and the Bandit movies. Yeah, I've actually never seen these movies, but I finally did, and I must say, I actually enjoyed all 3 of them. Now, I know the third one is kind of weird because Burt Reynolds and Sally Field are not in the third one, and yeah, it's definitely the worst one out of the 3, but it still felt like the other 2 enough that I liked it. I mean, I didn't love it, but the first 2 I thought were great. They're just really fun movies. They've been around for years, and I just really enjoyed all 3 of them. I really enjoyed the first 2, and I thought the third one was good. But yeah, those were movies that people for years have been telling me, you need to see Smoky and the Bandit. So I finally did, and I really enjoyed all 3 of them. Now, the next few movies that I'm going to be talking about are movies that I've been seeing for years. But, now that it's summertime, I've been watching a lot of summer movies or movies that take place during the summertime. And first one I watched, and this is a classic family kids movie, is The Sandlot. I'm sure everybody knows The Sandlot, and if not, then go check it out. One of the best classic, childhood movies for a lot of people. I actually never saw this movie when I was a kid. I actually didn't see that movie until I was maybe in middle school. It was the first time I saw The Sandlot, but that's just a classic kids movie. And then on the 4th of July, I watched Independence Day for the first time in years. I have seen this, of course, and this is a really great movie. I did watch the extended cut, and I don't really remember the differences between the 2 cuts. But I forgot how long this movie is. It's like over 2 hours long, but I really enjoy this movie. And then the last 2 are 2, just true classic summer movies, and the 2 best, or this I think is the best shark movie, Jaws, just the iconic movie. And I even watched Jaws 2 as well. And I love both Jaws and Jaws 2. I think Jaws 2 is a great sequel. I really like the the plot of the teenagers going on the boats and just going around and everything like that. I really like that. And I also like the music in Jaws 2 a lot. I think it has kind of a whimsical, kind of joyful type sounding music in it, you know, when you see all the boats and everything. And of course, the original Jaws is just a classic movie, you know, that's been, you know, lived on for generations and everything. And it's just a true classic. But anyway, guys, thanks everybody for watching. Those are all the movies that I've seen over the past few months. Like I said, I really enjoyed No Hard Feelings, and I really enjoyed Licorice Pizza. Those were the two of my favorite ones in the movies that I haven't seen, and then I really enjoyed the first Smoky and the Bandit as well, and I did enjoy the second and third one. And of course, you know, the other movies I watched are true classics. So anyway, guys, thanks everybody for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video.